Hey there folks, Spencer Remple, and I'm coming at you today from Happy Valley Goose Bay. Yeah, the place with two names. But more about that later. We'll get Dionne to explain that further. It's a joy to be here in a Northmart store here, believe it or not. You look at my shirt, if you zoom in there, you'll see that says Northern. I'm wearing the wrong shirt today. My friend here, Dionne's got the Northmart shirt on, of course, and that's the type of store we're at here today. We'll get him to explain that about a bit to us as well. But what I'd really like to know, Dionne, my new friend, how did you get started in Northern? You know, take us back to the start and bring us kind of up to date in a summary, if you can.
Yeah, sure. So I came to town about 9.5 years ago with the intention, to be honest with you. 6 months was the intention. I was going to go back to school, and so I moved to town as a meat manager. Fell in love with the place, and it's been 9.5 years since. So I went from meat manager and was able to progress to different departments, and I just recently took over the store about 8 months ago. So yeah, I've been here 9.5 years.
Hey, all right,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. And 8.5 months ago, you became the store manager.
Yes.
You were department manager before that?
Yes, so meat manager first, and then went from meat manager to grocery manager. Then moved from grocery manager to assistant manager, so I did the MIT program. Oh, that was about 3.5 years ago.
So you went to Winnipeg for that?
No, so that was just before the training. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I had to do my training here, which was all right though. Yeah. And I had some key role trainers. I had John Kelly, and then I had Alan Laurie as one of my key role trainers as well. And then, like I said, last September, Alan moved on to Iqaluit, and then I moved up to the store manager, and been doing it ever since. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you've been here the whole 9.5 years. Just made sense. You knew grocery, you knew assistant. Now just move up into the full store manager position. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the company, I got to say, it's almost like every 2 years, it's a new thing happens. Yeah. So you get to move around. You get to learn different things, which is nice. And your career, just like I said, it just progresses. You're not sitting in the same position for too long. Yeah. And every couple of years, it seems like it brings something new. So it's been keeping my interest, and that's why I've been here 9.5 years, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I had alluded before that, well, this is a Northmart, not a Northern store. Explain to me what the differences. It's just size, isn't it? Or how many Northmarts are there in this Northern?
I believe there's 5 Northmarts in NCR. So typically Northmarts, they have the full assortment. So it's a large store, lots of selling space, but it offers pretty much every department that you would think of in a retail store. We have a GM department, we have a deli department, meat department, produce, grocery, front end service. We have a quick stop as well in town as well with that. So yeah, it's just sort of brings everything into one location. Yeah.
Okay, right on. Well, that keeps you busy, I'm sure.
Oh yes, yeah, always something new for sure. Every day is different, which is also interesting. It's not repetitive, that's for sure. Yeah. And yeah, it keeps you on your toes. Yeah.
You've been here. The neat thing is that you've been here. You spent some time here, so you've made friends, and you've joined. Tell me a little bit about your community involvement, or anything?
Yeah. So yeah, it's been more than just a career for me. So it's basically I built a life here over the last 10 years, and met my fiance from here.
Hey, all right.
Have a lot of friends from here. I got involved into the sporting community for the most part, so I've been involved in softball leagues, golf obviously is a passion for me, and then dart leagues and different things like that. So I picked up a lot of friends, a lot of really close friends, people that's actually going to the wedding and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been nice. Yeah.
Those wedding bells ringing coming up for you?
Yeah, so I'm tying the knot in about a month and a half. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Cousin. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Happy to do it.
Make sure your name is attached to it. We'll get the letter right down for you.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Well, that kind of shows off how
Yeah.
a northern store manager is always working. We were trying to do the interview here before. We got pulled away to make a special sale for who was it? For the
So that's the town enforcement officer. So they're doing basically they're doing a thing in the park today where they're giving out Mr. Freezies. So they came in, they purchased a couple coolers, and they asked if we could make a donation for the Freezies. So we did. So they're going to the park now to give them out to the kids, and yeah. So
that's why he was just thanking you here.
so yeah, he was
He's
just
all happy.
thanking us, and he's they're happy to get the product, and you know, we're happy to give back to the kids, especially on a hot day like today, and the crazy weather we've been having this week. It's yeah, they need to stay cool. So yeah.
Your wedding coming up.
Yeah. So I'm tying the knot officially next month. So it's it's August 18th is when I'm getting married. So 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So it's getting close. Yeah. So we're doing the final touches to the arrangements and different things, and yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You really have built a life here.
Absolutely.
And she's moving here, obviously.
She's from here.
Oh yeah, you said
Yeah.
she's from here. Even.
Yeah. I met her here. So yeah, no, it's like I said, it's more than just a career here. It's building a life and stuff. So
You
yeah,
have family here now. See,
I
does she have
do.
in-laws here? Like your in-laws
yeah,
are here then?
yeah. They live just up the road.
Yeah,
yeah.
right
So
on.
it's very nice to have them around too. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, this is a large community. This is one of the largest communities I think that Northern has a store in, and so that's kind of neat. There's a lot of opportunities in this town.
Yeah.
And it's kind of spread out too. You know,
It is.
When I came here, you brought me on a bit of a tour. I don't think I still can figure out what's Happy Valley, what's Goose Bay, what's the other place, and then
Yes.
there's another one yet.
Yeah, so every area kind of has its name. So, so the two towns, there's officially Goose Bay, and then there's Happy Valley. They joined, I believe, close to 50 years ago. I think this is the 50th year anniversary actually this year. So they joined, and basically there's nicknames on certain areas. So you have the Lower Valley or Happy Valley where we're in right now, where the store is located. Then you have Goose Bay, which is uptown. Then you have MOT, they call it, which is middle of town. That's the area that sort of joins them together, and then you actually have the base, the old army base that's there. So they'll typically call that the Canadian side. That's where Canadian military live there. So yeah, so there's all kinds of different sections to the town, but it's Happy Valley Goose Bay is the official name.
Take all of them, put them together.
Yeah.
In this area around here, you're running probably around 10,000 people population?
The entire area, including Sheshatshiu and Northwest River, yeah, you're looking at probably 10 to 10,500 probably. Yeah. I believe it's 8,500 in Goose Bay alone, or Happy Valley Goose Bay, and then there's two smaller communities. That's about 40-minute drive.
Right.
But we service those two communities with a lot of essentials and different things too.
So it's kind of this is a central spot. This is where everything comes into and then gets brought out to other communities, like and flown out or brought out on the barge or the ferry that they have here. That dock's here, right?
Yes, yeah. So Labrador, it's a large space of land. Obviously, it's huge. But there's one highway that goes through. It's Trans Labrador Highway, and there's a lot of communities on the south coast. That the road actually is accessible to those communities, but then once you get to Goose Bay, from Goose Bay to Lab City, there's only one spot in between, and that's Churchill Falls. So it's about a 5.5 hour drive from here to Lab City, and that's the only community in between. But then there's a whole northern coast that you have Rigolette, you have Hopedale, Makovic, Postville, Natwashish, Nain, pretty large communities there along the coast that don't have access to a road, so there's fly in, fly out, or by barge in the summer/fall season. Right. So what happens is we service a lot of those communities with product, and you know, they'll call in, they'll email in to our manager Kula downstairs, and she sort of picks everything up for them, gets everything ready, boxes it, makes sure it gets to the dock or to the airport, and gets shipped to them. So we have a much larger customer base than the 10,000. It's probably more along the lines of 15 or 16,000 that we actually service. So it's yeah, it's kind of a neat thing that we do here.
Yeah.
Some of the best fishing that you're going to find is all over Labrador. So there is a handful of fishing camps. So we actually do business with those fishing camps as well, and service some of those too. So yeah, it keeps summer months get busy.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Good job. Well, you know what, Dionne, I just want to shake your hand and
Awesome.
thank you for the good work that you're doing here.
Thank you.
And congratulate you on building such a life and such
Yeah.
a good time here.
Yeah.
In Happy Valley. It's really neat to see. It's encouraging.
Yeah.
And your community involvement that you have in that is fantastic. I see you around the store. Everybody knows you. Everyone's
Yeah.
happy to see you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, it just creates a really great environment here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the people of Happy Valley's just been phenomenal. They're accepting, really nice to get along with, friendly. They have that East Coast hospitality to them. So yeah, it's just you'll have no problems here in Happy Valley. That's for sure.
Hey, right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much. That's a great interview. You know what? I always end it with saying, go north. How about you and I look at that camera and say,
All
one,
right.
2, 3.
Go north.
Hey, all right.
There you go.
One more.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man.